Gotta love that first breath. It's funny because every time I do that, I almost feel like it is the first breath, like when you're born. And you do first inhale and then exhale. Ooh, it is the exhale. That's the one that I really feel. I was going to say release, but I'm letting go of that word because often we use it. I have said this before, I know, but you might not have watched everything. The release, when we release something, it's like signing up for more. So I'm aware of the fact that our words are spellbinding. And we are creating our reality with our words, with our thoughts, with our feelings. Our feelings are the most important thing because that's like the fuel. But I don't want to release some stuff in my life. There's stuff that I'm like, okay, I'm not releasing it, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. And I kind of feel like we want to be careful now as we want to let go of things, not to release them. Because as I've said before, I'm in the understanding that we've already chosen through what we've learnt we don't want in life, a lot of the pain, the suffering, the poverty, the scarcity, the lack, the massive gap between classes, even though innately we all know we are all the one, all that is energy, but yet, what care? I think the gap too, there's people sinking down here who are struggling to get by because it's really hard to create something new and different when all you can see is poverty or war or struggle, because what we do is we take in what's there and we project it back out, unless you've got a really strong consciousness and a will to dream in this world. And some people do. Some people come out of the hardest, darkest lives to rise up into their greatest self. But it's not an easy feat, because when something's in your face, if you've got tanks rolling past your house and most of your town is devastated and it's apocalyptic and there's no food, it's really hard to create more within that. It's hard to imagine food everywhere. It's hard to imagine safety and security. So how do we help people in that? Because as I said yesterday, we've got people stuck in this stuckness of the repetitive cycle, which is really hard to break out of. And then we've got people right up the top who are also really scared because they're worried as we evolve, they may lose the status, the richness, the wealth, the separation from society in an elevated state. So they're in fear. It's kind of, in a way, this is what came in yesterday, and I didn't even know it. I'm just allowing it. I'm allowing everything. Yes, I'm just connecting and just opening my mouth. But it is those of us in the middle, and we're kind of pivotal. We're like the middle child. We're neither here nor there, which gives us great power because we're not stuck in a cycle and just regurgitating, or we could be, we might be, and we're not stuck in here going, but if I give up this, what happens? What if it's a mistake? What if I end up down there? So there is fear on either side of us, and potentially there's fear within us here in the middle, but we don't. The thing is, and this just keeps coming in every day, every day for a long time now, and that's why I have to talk about it, is we've forgotten, or we haven't. There's a lot of people who are sharing how creation actually works, how reality works, how it is only when we focus upon something that the wave of potential collapses into form. So be careful what you're focused on. And I know I have said this before, and I'll probably say it again, and I may be rather unpopular. I'm so sorry to give you a slap of reality, but you just can't keep watching the TV series, the movies, or being a writer of, a creator of these movies and books and series that are perpetuating the energy of pain and suffering and scarcity and crime and war and all the negative things that have been in our life. Like, while we are still playing that out in fiction, it's still the energy of. So I'm so sorry, because I stopped watching TV a long time ago. I mean, my children still watch stuff. I keep trying to plant seeds. I'm not rigid with them. Like, this is their reality. They do need to learn the contrast, but I keep telling them, explaining the best I can, be mindful of what you consume. And it's not just food. It is what you consume mentally, which is more important. So if we could, each of us, consider that potentially that's a thing. What if we did stop making these horror films, crime films, the ones about the war and death and destruction and pitting each other against each other, the competition? Oh my goodness. Like, we still put people in a ring to bash the shit out of each other. Holy guacamole. And I mean, it's like, my dad likes the footy and he's got his team and he wants them to win. And he's like, well, what about you? Who do you want to win? I just want people to have fun. Can we not just play games and have fun? Do we have to have winners and losers? I don't know. Call me crazy. But what is coming into is that reminder, and none of us are learning anything. None of us are inventing stuff or finding stuff out. It's a remembrance. It's a discovery of what we already know. So everything's there because we are part of all that is, and all that is everything. So if you're here, you are part of it. So we all have access to all knowledge, to all time, to all timelines, to all potential. But what matters, mind the pun, because as we focus on it, it turns to matter. It turns to the physical. There is, like I've said, a lag. I think I just need to keep repeating the same things over and over. I maybe could just do one little video with everything in it and then just keep putting it up, because the message is so simple. But we do overcomplicate it. We've made our lives so busy and so layered, and we've just confused people and bombarded people, and we've got people just getting by each week. The old Groundhog Week merry-go-round that so many people are stuck on. But guess what? Guess what? Let me tell you something. The merry-go-round right now, the one that so many people are stuck on, and it's going so fast, and they're like, how do I get off? I can't see what's there. Oh, I'm dizzy now. It's slowing down. This is your opportunity, should you wish to take it. There is free will. No one's going to make you to step off this ride that we've been stuck on for eons and step into the new potential. So what is the new potential? The new potential is what we make it. So perhaps we could look at what we have been creating and start discerning, like, that war thing that we do, which we're still doing, perpetuating over the planet, the one where it's actually more, it's not so much the people, it's like our leaders who were there perpetuating the war cycle. What are we going to do about that? Do we want it? And it's actually not, let's not get caught up in how we're going to change it, because that's actually not so much our job. Our job is to know what we want and then turn our attention to it, because whatever potential timeline we focus on for long enough and lock into, that's the one that we're activating. So the question is, what do we want to activate? And that brings me to something that has been with me for a long time, is we are not, potentially, maybe there are pockets around the world, there are people actually gathering and sending out beautiful prayers of life, but the important thing for us to do, should we choose to, which we actually already have, is now to start talking about it, dreaming about it, writing books about it, writing poetry and songs and music and movies and plays and musicals, showing what it is we actually want in this world. Because as we do that, holy guacamole, that's when it just collapses in. It's our attention to it, it's our focus on it, it's us dreaming it and feeling it. That's really important. We can sit there and we can write it all out and we can dot point it, but if we don't feel it, we need the feeling to fuel the dream and actually bring it, collapse it is a word that I've heard a lot and I kind of like it. I just imagine this new world just going, boom, it's here. So it is, I don't want to say coming, it's here, but I don't even like to say time, but I'll just, for the sake of argument, say the amount of time it takes for us to see the evidence of our desires for this want of this all-encompassing world that looks after everyone depends on our focus on it and shifting our focus off the old energy, like the movies and TV shows and even, oh my goodness, the games. The games that our children play with the blood and the gore and the death, and it's almost encouraging them to focus on that. And there is an energy in this world, our shadow energy, that, okay, this has been new coming in for me and understanding. It's not bad. We keep saying it's the enemy, and as we say we have an enemy, we will have an enemy because we're creating this story, we're writing it in every moment. So we perhaps want to consider, stop looking at the dark as the enemy, as the bad, as the evil, as the devil, as the demons, because what we're doing is creating that. We're creating that entity, that illusion, that delusion. Whereas, if we can pause for a moment, let's actually pause. Let's actually do that. If we pause, and I'm going to take a breath because I find the breath is really centering, balancing, and also opening. It helps to open to that higher guidance. So if you want to, you don't have to, you can just, whatever. If you want to, you can. Take a breath with me. Are you ready? And hold and I'm just letting out everything I don't want. And that's what we're doing. And now what do we want? I did a video yesterday from this vision I had. It was so beautiful. And I could see it all. And You know how you have a lot of movies we've had depicting the future where it's always dark, it's always raining, there's the elite up the top having cocktail parties, and then everyone else down the bottom scrounging for food and killing each other to get by, and there's not much air. If that's where we want to go, let's keep making those movies. But this vision, and I'd love to see someone make some movies of this, it was so beautiful, and it was like, as these kind of visions come in, it's like a big encapsulating bubble of so much information in just like a second, and then it's in. It's implanted. And the world was in peace. There was so much green because we'd stopped cutting down our life force partners in crime, the trees and the plants. We stopped doing that, and we found other ways. And there was gardens everywhere, like we had food forests, and everything was more back into villages, pockets of villages. There was no government anymore. No government, just, the trust. The trust we had. We trusted and loved each other. We know that each other is each other. You am I and I am you. So there was no need to fight or bicker or compete at all. We still made music, but more people were making music. And that is the wonderful thing about YouTube, is this is something else that the train of thought took me on, is there wasn't the movies like we saw them, but everyone was making their own, and everyone was sharing their own, and everyone was doing their music. So we didn't so much have the stars up here and everybody else down there, because yet again, I'll say, I am you and you am I, so we are all the one, just coming from a different perspective. And in schools, so this was yesterday's video, the focus wasn't on the grades and the learning and the academics so you could get a job, so you could work for 50 years, retire and die. What kind of blueprint is that for us? It was straight from birth, like enshrouding families, so like young families, so they could focus on the most important thing, themselves and their children, and teaching their children who they are, what their origins are, and how this is just a small part of the bigger reality of energy, vibration, frequency that we are. This is our playground, our learning ground, our school, and we supported each other to reach our fullest potential and live our path of passion and purpose. It wasn't about, you're going to do this to get the money, because there was no money, there is no money in the future. There's synchronicity. Because we all trust and love each other, we all just do our bit. So we're all contributing to the greater workings of our society, but there's no separation, because we all acknowledge that each of us is here to live our highest, greatest timeline as our greatest, highest self. And even in that, though, it was much simpler. It was less flashy. There was no gold rocket cars or crazy diamond encrusted mansions. It was so much simpler, much more organic, and we returned to our understanding that we're not in nature, we are nature. We are a part of nature. Like, we are an animal, just like the other animals. Just because we wear clothes, drive cars, and have fancy businesses and lots of flashing lights and signs, we are still an animal. We're still a creature, a being. Although only in saying that, only in this physical avatar self. So this self is a bit like a hand puppet. So this self is the hand puppet. I've also analogized it as, which is my smallest fingernail? That little fingernail there, that one. See how tiny it is like the human compared to this whole self, or even the whole room, which is our energetic self, our real beingness of who we are. And we always are connected to our higher self. It does take attention and intention to open up that line of communication so it comes in more. But this is where we're at now. So I'm already at 21, 10, 11. We are now, we've already chosen a different timeline, the different potential, because everything is potential. And now to actually activate it and bring it in more physically, so we actually really see the evidence. You don't have to go out and fight, you don't have to go and protest, you don't have to go and make it happen, you don't have to go out and gather flocks of people. I mean, you can if you do it peacefully. Don't feel like you need to come through force, because that is the energy that we have been in. It's been through forcing people to fit into a certain reality. We have let go of that, and we're now coming into the inspiring. We are inspiring people to want more for themselves and all others. So this is where we're at. So I just want to plant the seed. There's a seed I'm planting. Am I planting it in my head? My head? Your head? To really start imagining, start thinking about this world that you'd love to be in. You can think on the individual level, as in your own personal life, but also while you're doing that, try and expand that to the whole world, our whole society. What does that look like, smell like, taste like? Where are we in it? Who are we in it? Because the more we focus our attention on that, it activates and it collapses and it activates and it collapses on in the most beautiful way. Or is it a collapse, or is it a folding, a blooming? Ooh. Oh my goodness, I think I like that more than the collapsing in the reality. Maybe the old collapses, and then from the rubble, the phoenix flower does bloom. That's a beautiful vision. Okay, on that note, 2333 on my clock, I'm going to pop back out. But I hope wherever you are, you're having a beautiful morning, arvo, evening. Always sending much love. I want to remind you that you are always loved. We are always loved, even when you don't feel it. But if you're not feeling it, maybe you need to turn your attention to where that love might be in your life and see where you could find it. And that could be if you go for a walk and you find a beautiful flower and you don't pick it, but you just appreciate it. Or holding a tree, just putting your hands on a tree. Nature, like if you're not feeling loved, go out in nature and you will feel loved, because there is love everywhere in nature. The energy is all encompassing and that will pick you up. Or in water. Water holds intention and consciousness. You can use water in your life as a tool. But I'm going to actually, I could come back tomorrow and talk about water and consciousness. Okay, so I'm going to pop out and I will pop back into Mars.